माहौल पूरा वेवी आज तो मजा आएगा आज बूम बाम की बूम लेंगे तुम लोग रेडी रहो हाँ बूम बॉम की बूम लेंगे आ जाओ आओ ना माहौल पूरा आज बूम बम कर देते जी स्पोर्ट्स लगा ले नहीं लगा ले
very solid, well-rounded team that could go into playoffs and maybe even further.
I think this roster is just stacked with so much experience. It's such an interesting little
आओ जिसको आना अरे लंबे छोटी वाले बाल तो आते की ऐसा लैग हो रहा मेरा
mix of players from all around the world and
कल सीएसके
it's
क्या
really become global esports.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, this is the match
I expect something यार पर मेरा कोई मालूम है सीएसके आईपीएल जीतेगी गाइस लिख के ले लो सीएसके नहीं जीते तो आरसीबी तो नहीं जीतेगी भाई ह्यूज रिस्पेक्ट टू विराट कोहली भाई पर आरसीबी नहीं जीतेगी भाई आरसीबी नहीं जीतेगी
Did you see Elevated? He came in there, looked like he was screaming. He was like jumping and like shouting.
ऐसा नहीं होगा.
Squad here.
That's what you need sometimes in these hurdles. If you have players that like to be high energy, you start hitting them on the back, you start shouting in their face. They love it.
Yeah, definitely. You need to get your players pumped up. But there's some players that don't respond well to it. It's really important to know what your players need before a game to get in the right mindset and get them hyped up, especially if they're quieter and they need a little bit more to get out of their shell. We're listening to some of those global comms videos a little bit earlier. Big Time put them on and was rolling through them, and I was really impressed, particularly with Kelly S. I think he really is a clear vocal voice in this team from what I'm hearing, and especially in a team where you do have a lot of different nationalities, it can be easy for those comms to get cluttered.
Yeah, I think he did a great job. If you haven't I would recommend all voice comms videos, by the way, for every single team. They're the best insight you have, and I think Kelly has showed in that video why he was such a great IGL. Now we take a look at these compositions. They're sticking with exactly what they ran before. Breach Teo with that Yoru, incredibly similar to what RRQ just run with.
Yo, bro,
doing for quite a while now. In Ascension, they always ran a hard set. Berserks over onto the Viper. Shiro's going to play Teo instead of Fade. And Ramer's going to back himself on the Neon, an agent that he had to really come into his own in through Ascension and now into Pacific as well.
How you, bro?
All right, well, Lotus is the first destination for this particular matchup. We're going to send it back to our casters, Kilios and Hyperthin.
But, मेरे ख्याल से composition इधर-उधर हो गया.
All right, time to go into our second SCA battle of the day. Global going up against Boom. Now the first series not delivering on the fronts that we had expected. A lot faster, a lot more dominant from the sides of RRQ. But surely this one ends up being a bit scrappier, a bit longer, a bit more contentious. Please, just give me something. Like,
you would think so. I thought the first one was going to be long and scrappy too, but maybe a little scrappy. But this one here feels like both these teams have really good form coming into this stage one. They both look like they've got solid IGLing behind them. They've got solid ideas. They've got good players on both sides. So I think this should be a hotly contested affair. I mean, for me, the biggest question I have is like one of the most impressive things about Boom is their anti-stratting, their ability to come in and just kind of take away your strengths underneath you. And they are running a different comp, but this is a comp that their opponents have shown that we've seen from Global already on this stage. So are you going to be able to use this Neon to kind of set them off balance, use that Tejo breach util to catch them off guard? Things like that are going to be really, really crucial because GE, especially behind their two initiators, behind Kelly S and Crystal, look dominant against DFM. They were locking them out, and a good start for Famous.
Okay, well, Patrick Hu just going to be taken down there. A little approach across at Rubble. Solid first kill, spot up to multiple players, bite at the ready with the wall raised up. Trying to make B site unassailable, and so far, it proves to be just that. Kelly S now going to be taken down as well. It's a two-player advantage in hand for Boom. Looking for a very hot start here on this pistol.
Just some good timings for Boom. They're catching global esports players right as they're trying to come out of choke points. So a couple big picks already. Patrick. Oh, a little bit of util exchange there in the middle. I was just about to say Patrick Watson because that's what it said on the back of his jersey.
It truly is just an enigma. Isn't named Patrick.
Yeah.
He doesn't have Patrick Who on his jersey.
Is he a big Sherlock Holmes fan?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
He's an international spy. He's got multiple aliases. And now Poppy spotted out, famous on the call. Players nearby, 3 about to be stacked up to reinforce this position should it be needed. Looks like it is going to be.
Wow!
The cage goes up, but Hero fishing for a kill, comes away with 1. 4v2 as the spike gets planted. Poppy at 35, 88 for Crystal. And that first fight here at the door finds the instant headshot, doesn't suffer anything in reply.
Oh, just great awareness there.
जीत गए.
Away, fault line.
जीत गए.
Not connecting. Poppy in the meantime. Over at drop. Time being bought. Salvos are available here for Crystal. Just needs to stay alive to try to play this out for the post plant. Wall goes up.
जीत गए. मैं बोला ना 2 मारता.
Suddenly, Global in a very nice spot. Defuse going to be held up to half. Salvo not finding anything there. Poppy, Paranoia going to be sent flying. DOS9 caught by it. Goes back over. Looks like he's just going to try to hold for it. Saves up the first. Here's the push coming. Finds it out. And he's going to have that defuse. Close, but no cigar for Global. Just less than a second remaining as Boom and DOS9 pull off a Red Bull clutch to get the pistol win.
Oh, we're just picking up right where we left off. Last week for Boom,
DOS9
just comes in and does people dirty. This looks so good off the right, but you have Crystal alive. He's so dangerous in these situations. He's so smart, so methodical, so accurate. Doing so many nice things throughout that round, but God, DOS9, he's just dialed in too.
Robotic.
Chalo, NT guys, NT, let's go. We can do it. We can do it.
Clearly, it's a decent fight there from the side of Global. We'll see what they have as we go into
Sheriff
the
खरीदा है बे. Crystal.
Taking a quick little pause, trying to see what he could spot out. But it's going to be the one.
वो पुराना stream उड़ा हटा गया तेरे को.
Sheriff for Crystal could spell for a bloody round here.
माहौल पूरा
very different buy from what we're typically seeing. You know, Boom. Forget how much they were doing this last week, but 4 stingers and a bulldog.
It is a little bit off kilter, but the money was a bit weak.
Cover going out. Paranoia and bite at the ready. This could end up turning sideways very quickly.
Go! Guy
down. Salvos avoided. Look at the damage splash.
अरे बी पे वो दानव खड़ा हुआ है हौले जैसा.
Couple shots do go out though. Crystal gonna be whittled away. Yeah, down to 30. And Patrick Who picked off his DOS9 door open. Able to find one there at range. Shiro now tucked into the corner, swings out, finding 1. As he slasher, finding 2. And Boom, getting a flawless 2-0 start.
Really nice. I mean, even though GE gets the kind of identification of where the Tejo is, and you know that it's probably going to be in range. To send some of that util, the Viper's there too. There's not a lot you can do in this round with the lack of weaponry. So you gotta try to मारे दूर से. तुमला डोर खोल के उधर देख रहे हैं main crew. Timing to get past their util, but good discipline from Boom. It's going to give him that round, and they carry over a lot of stingers.
माहौल पूरा baby.
Trying to bank up a little bit extra cash potentially. Some early ops and Odins are in play for Boom. Coming into the next round.
Certainly could be. Gonna have a ton of cash behind, and still, I mean, even with the weaponry, could certainly do some damage here. Global esports need to be very clean on this approach.
Every corner you can cut.
Force by round.
Oh, famous.
Chanta! Pichet, chote.
Tom was having none of it.
दो स्पॉट है मतलब इधर खाली तो है ना.
Okay, well I'm gonna expect a peek.
Thrown around the back, aftershock sent. There's a suppress on a berserk. This is going to be noted, dealt with.
घर पे.
56, able to find that kill.
Plan दो, बिंदास plan दो.
For the taking here for Boom.
अरे मेरे को bleaching powder जैसा taste क्यों आ रहा है?
Into the site with these stingers, that's where things prove to be a bit more difficult.
But I think that's why GE's got a couple players way out in mound.
Oh, Famous does find the timing to just slide in. Takes down the enemy Yoru. swinging around the back and finds himself another. Poppy going to be eliminated as well, so already some damage dealt.
Let's get
the Dolphin does get spotted out. Solid round from Kelly S, picking up three away now from that Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, this is good patience this time from GE. They're able to get through the defenses of Boom.
Let's go.
You know, one of the things that S was talking about is that there is no more hard sentinel for Boom Esports. So if you can find those timings to get past the snake bites, the Tejo util, and the breach util potentially, you should have pretty easy access to the C site.
One enemy remaining.
And this round they're able to find it, get it done. Yeah, I mean, Kelly S always very vocal, very loud, very energetic.
Here he is.
There you go. There's that early op.
It's the operator, but it's going to be the glass cannon. I thought for sure that they would just have Shiro buy it down, given that he had a little bit more money behind. Or not, rather, DOS 9 buy down, I should say. Could have afforded it and then gotten some armor across on the famous, but either way, Patrick Coop dead. We'll have a dimensional drift for the next round. Boom right now in a good spot to keep themselves in a winning position.
DOS 9 is going to handle this. A little bit of backup this time for Berserks. Now it's going to say about the alt orb there. Trying to get closer.
Oh, Shiro.
Nick Pigler, eh?
Don't think he spotted
Dame to Pigler, Shiro.
He's also not really going to give him the opportunity. He's dancing around the shots, fault line not connecting. Crystal on the counter swing, though. Takes down the opposing tail. Kills off his counterpart now.
Mat Pigle.
Pivoting off here in towards upper, but once again the C site looking to be kind of the flavor of the weekend, it would seem.
Isco maro! Isco maro! Arey na maar
much there, but Berserk's coming away with 3 eliminations, looking for a 4th, can't quite steady it though. Armageddon now online. Send famous just out of range, is drifting closer and closer to being in the blast zone.
Post plant marta.
Keeps himself safe for the moment. Tiny amount of noise being made there on the drop down.
I'm out of here.
Line sent the slide, goes for the peaks. Knows both players' locations now. Good information, but can they play off of it is the question. Drifting slower, closer here towards main. Kelly S eliminated. Crystal playing on a very narrow margin, and it's one that Famous is able to take advantage of.
Some
really nice bait and switches by both teams there. Udotan and Crystal doing a really nice job over at B. Udotan so patient there. And then Crystal swings in.
There's the opening kill.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Berserk's huge double kill here. Just DOS 9 bought enough attention that he was able to step up to the front of the site. And then Famous gonna use his teammate, the Breach, to be a bit of a decoy so he can find the angle with the op. And that op immediately paying big dividends for Boom Esports. Able to get that 3rd round on the board.
Let's go. Arey,
who's next? Dimensional drift you mentioned.
B pe क्यों मतलब commit कर रहे लगे था?
Okay, Tejo's there. He's been there a lot. What else do you find? Nothing interesting. Berserk's over in Waterfall and DOS 9 on C. So, you know where their default is? You're able to scatter them, find the open space to get the plant down, I think.
Yeah, they should be able to. They're going to fight forward here. They want to take as much space as possible. Playing Boom on these close angles, given that they have the Stingers in hand, is going to have to be game strategy. That stun, though, sets up for a nice elimination. Swinging around the back, though, is Patrick Hoop, but the distance is so stark. Ends up going to take it down, but solid damage dealt. NC Slasher, Famous, both tagged up. Berserk's the only one healthy. Weapons are covered. Kelly S ends up falling to the wayside now. Just the guy himself, but the spike is not planted for him. It's fully behind the pillar. Finds the first Famous. Keeps the op in hand. Keeps the win streak going. And Boom move up now 4-1. Global maybe looking at a timeout.
It's about to get really hyped there for Udotan because everybody else on Boom was very, very weak after he got that kill on the Berserks. I love the way NC Slasher is playing as this support Breach this year. He has looked really good with his util. He hits another really impactful stun to open up C Hall for this retake. A little bit of breathing room for Boom. And now Berserks has an ult, has that Viper's Pit off of doing a pretty good job of locking C down. Still no Rebel contestion here. For the side of GE, really just leaving Yudotan to his own devices, gets a tag up onto NC Slasher. Not too much damage there.
Mahula.
And so far,
Hey!
I mean, Boom hasn't really had to change their default too much. They can kind of just keep reacting.
Tennis, Papi
Do they clear
Chudu,
the camera though? Because so far they
Patrick
left
Hu,
it. I think it's just
Crystal,
fully to just
Urta
bait them in
Tir.
towards his operator. Famous, I don't
तुम
think
लोग
was scouted,
तीनों
but it looks like
देख के-
eventually they will just go ahead and opt to pick that up, but they have kept this position a little bit disguised.
अरे मेरे को कोच
Self-drone,
बनना
however,
पड़ता
that's
दिख रहा
gonna suss it
है
out.
अपने को आयरन
Swing
माइंडसेट
in
रही है तो
forward,
अपन जीत
Famous.
सकते हैं
Now
रेडियंट
slide
माइंडसेट
out.
उन लोगों का भी अपना भी
Looks like no
रेडियंट
one's
माइंडसेट है
realistically
मैच
gonna
नहीं
be
हो
looking for the punish.
रहा
Still
अपन आयरन
far
रही तो
too
थोड़ा
risky
ऊपर
given
रहते
the way
लोग के
Famous has
समझ
been
में आ रहा
getting.
I like this. Leave NC Slasher. Oh, Yudotan is sharp today.
क्या शॉट मारा रे
You know, that's the second ping about to come through. Famous trying to play around with timing, and now is going to be pinned into the corner. Yudotan
मत करो
able to avoid that shot. Aftershock to go ahead and force the position. Shorty at the ready in case this approach continues. It's about to be challenged there. As Patrick Hu thinks about peeking in. Crystal going to be taken down. Berserk's able to find Yudotan. Bit more pressure now peeled off. Famous still just sat here waiting. Overdrive immediately is going to be met with death.
Spike down B.
There's the spike on the floor. Two players split away from it. The wall in Poppy's face. Does have the ultimate available. Berserk's is going to look, just try to lock this one off. The drop down, and Patrick Hu cannot find the opener. Spike
Let's
recovered.
go,
TP
let's
over to
go.
the A site, but the time is just not there. He cannot get the round win. They'll just look for the money, but NC Slasher will look for the kill and find it. 5-1. And after a round like that, you absolutely have to pump the brakes if you're global.
I agree.
क्या हो रहा रे
And
भाई
I need to
जीता हुआ राउंड
see
हार
some
रहा
kind of
रे
attention shown towards Rubble here. It's
आज
giving
मेरे को
way
डिसअपॉइंट
too
होना
much
पड़ता दिख रहा
map
है ईद के
control
दिन
for the side of Boom. Even though GE's doing a decent job of finding that opening pick and then kind of getting in towards A site, you're giving the opportunity for Boom to make quick rotations over so they can get to these retakes really early.
ब्रो
And that's
परसों
what's allowing
डीएफएम
them
को
to
डीआरएक्स को
get to diffuses. To, you know, we saw it
इसी
in the
को
very
तो हरा है
first
दबा
round.
के वैसे
And then
हरा
you're
दो
able
ना
to force
प्लीज
them off the diffuse there
ईद
because
की
you're
ईदी
constantly
दे
just
दो
kind
यार
of pushing them further and further towards their site.
प्लीज
They
हरा
have to
दो
fight for that
प्लीज रे
space. And then you have stuff like the ult there, really nicely placed by Berserks.
एक
That
मैच तो
set
हरा
that
दो इन लोगों
round
को मत
completely
चल
awry.
जाता हूँ
Poppy tried to do something, just didn't have time.
Well, plenty to be discussed here. We'll see what the adjustments look like for the side of Global Esports, but I think widely a lot of it has to be just to tell the players to calm down a little bit. Maybe there was too much energy coming in from Elevated, came bounding out on the stage. It's right now, it seems like the players are getting a bit too frazzled.
It's like when you walk into like a jazzercise class.
Come back
and
हो
it's
जाएगा
just,
I can't say that I
एक
I
comeback
know,
वाली-
neither have I, but
Okay.
you know what I mean.
I was going to be shocked.
No, me leave my house? No, that's crazy. That's asking a lot.
Come back
There,
with it.
Helios.
And be exercise.
Yeah, but you know how it's like, well, you see those videos, people like the people that are leading the exercise class are way too excited, and everyone else is just kind of like, eh.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, no way in hell you catch me in a exercise class.
You know,
Today,
if there was footage, I would
pay.
pay a small fortune to obtain it so that I could share it with the world.
Well, maybe I'll just create it so I can get your money then.
That, you know, there you go.
मारना
Shiro.
स्टन मार के मारो
Backing away, sends out the stun, connecting onto at least one, swings the corner. Does find Poppy, delivers a weapon over to them, but they're not anticipating this. Woo. Famous, able to find Patrick Hu, but Kelly S right there. Trades it back, keeps it in to a 2v3 now. As Yudotan does end up getting picked there, just trying to lurk his way forward into that C site. Paranoia, primed and ready.
उन्हें मार दिया सी पे उसको
Flash through. As yeah, they just
Team A.
क्या
Gonna get
कोऑर्डिनेशन
completely
है बूम
overwhelmed and
स्पोर्ट्स की
swamped.
भाई ये मेरे को
Tremendous
मैं
round
बूम
from
स्पोर्ट्स को
DOS9
सपोर्ट कर रहा
again. Catches
Boom
Yudotan,
Esports
finally
my
someone's
new
able to kind of
favorite
shut down his
हूँ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन
sole position, and then
Yeah,
finds a
right.
great paranoia. A nice idea from GE. They
I don't
sneak their
support
way
GE.
in to A link,
they're not playing good
and it's they know there's people in there. They're not expecting 3,
I'm not playing
so they get the trades and they're at least able to get the
मैं
plant down. But
बूम का सपोर्ट
I love the way Boom is working the map right
Boom
now.
का
They're
support.
constantly coming at you.
Let's go
from
boom
different
let's go
directions.
boom let's
Using
go
their
boom
util to set up
boom
their
esports boom esports
Really,
boom
really sharp.
esports
Good flash.
flash in the face
Boom
of Famous. Shiro
Esports.
forced away.
Boom Esports.
Space opened
Boom
up, and
Esports.
Crystal Almost cut
Boom
down there by
sports.
that flick.
Boom
but just doesn't
sports.
quite connect. Patrick.
कैसे मार रहा भाई पैट्रिक मत मारना उसको. Let's go boom. 4v5 easy है. Easy हार जाती जी.
Seems like though with DOS9 anticipating or wanting to just ensure that there was
G
no
कराना easy
forward
है.
presence here in B.
4v5.
Sense of paranoia now do not have that tool for a critical retake.
4v5 easy है boom कराना.
As this site is fully open.
Easy है रे,
but
easy.
Slasher up in hand.
4v4
Takes
अब
it towards
easy.
three, finds one, tries to set up the flash to stave them off, swings in.
Easy.
Shorty in hand finds Kelly as and famous over, drop 5
Easy.
HP, no problem. Copy Uniton both going to be taken down now. It is all on Crystal.
Right there.
It's been a clutch god here in the past. Can he make it happen now? No. Boom. Giving no space over to Global. Every single inch, every foot that they try to conquer on this
Well
map
playing. Boom.
comes at a cost.
I
Well
like
playing.
this idea from Global. This is kind of what I wanted to see. You contest Rubble, you win it, you push towards site. There's only a couple of players there, really, when they initially start making their move. But too bad, so sad. It's Famous and NC Slasher, and they're playing off each other brilliantly. The timings there and the peaks are perfect, and you've got that op over to NC Slasher. Can just find one, duck back behind the wall. Famous goes out, gets another kill, ducks back behind the wall.
Boom.
Phenomenal. Brilliant.
Famous firing one, relay bolt to stem the tide.
No way.
3 peaks, and ooh, is just a hair off. Does take some damage. Cuts back, cam thrown in. Shiro, surely, okay. Maybe hadn't realized, gets darted and does end up getting hounded down, but they're still just right into the meat grinder as DOS9. Mows down 3, Famous will find the other. And I mean, Global, I think you're gonna have to call another timeout because it's not working.
It is not.
Let's go boom.
They're so quick to react, our boom. And again, it's these early picks from Famous. This early op investment is just paying dividends. I mean, yeah, step out, gets the kill on Udotan, but dude, I mean, they had a game plan from the rip, and it's...
Dude, I mean, we're just playing hot potato with the operator now.
Yeah, why not?
Over into Berserk's hands, we saw NC Slasher with it 2 rounds ago.
Famous could get his ult, and then you can just keep accelerating here. You can find that pick.
Crystal's just stunned up. Boom, have an answer for absolutely everything. Overdrive going out. Paranoia a little bit too late, so Poppy is able to trade one back. Rolling Thunder crashing across, and maybe it's a bit of an overcook. Shiro does manage to go ahead, note the Euro around the back. Patrick Hu going to be taken down, so now we have a 3v3, but still decent opportunity.
Boom,
decent
boom.
defensive
Boom,
foundation
boom.
here for Global Esports to keep these players alive.
हर कोई ऑफ कर दे रहा.
Love the play call.
Boom,
The
boom,
operator
esports.
still here. Still finding value. Jiggle peek out. Udotan, I think, maybe spotted. Now certainly is. And Berserk says, you know what? I'm going to respect it.
I would.
Boom,
With
boom,
how sharp
esports.
Udotan has
Boom,
been,
boom,
I wouldn't
esports.
challenge that either. You still have these ults to work with. You still have both of your initiators left, so no reason for Berserks to commit there, and he wisely pulls off. Because you can still play retake here. You've still got the salvos. You still have the aftershock. So you still have the fault line. You've got all, and you've got an Armageddon. So you got everything you could want here to really make this retake go. Plus you can scoop up a gun off the ground, drop the op.
Push भी रोकने के लिए सब बेर उसके पास.
Taking their time though, really making sure that no one's pushed further forward. I mean, they have zero map control though. That's the one thing they do not have going for them. That's why they have to use this Armageddon to clear.
कौन ने use करा वो?
Send their way salvos on the back end. See Slasher dealt with. Poppy able to find the first, splits over to the side, gets himself a third, looks at the fourth. Berserk's, however, still alive now into the 1v1. And he has been sharp. Udotan taking the bait a bit, spotting him.
क्यों भैया उन्हें टैप ही नहीं कर रहा भैया.
On point.
उड़ता तीर भैया.
Waving at him, saying hello across the stage. There's no one there to hear it. Berserk, you killed them all.
My. This is beautiful from Berserks. The retake looks like it's not going to go for them. Again, I love the opening start.
पापी चूली
Yeah,
मारा
that
ना
paranoia,
देखो.
like you
There's a
like you
hair
mentioned,
off.
just a hair off, yeah. But I love the idea. Get that kill, accelerate into the overdrive, and just see if you can wipe them off the board. And Poppy plays a great position. Gets far enough ahead that NC Slasher isn't ready. But Berserk just has a slightly better
इन्हें
timing
गया अरे.
than his opponent. And here we go, Stingers again. for GE. I mean,
तुमला
it's
इसको
just
मारना हमने को
brutal.
मारो
They can't find a
तुमने
round to
मारो
get their economy going.
उसको मारो
Only
रुलाओ
have 2
तुम
more in the half.
TP forward. Poppy aggressively taking space. Draws at the weapon.
Maro,
Somehow
Maro.
does manage to come away with that one. Minor damage could be suffered as well. And it's looking for the neural depth reveal, but Berserk's toss 9. Swinging in, wanna pop.
Yeah!
Berserk's is just. Oh my god! Every damn round!
Round in
Coming away with multi-kill after multi-kill. 16-4-1. Just go to the next map.
Yeah, he's got another Viper's Pit.
He's disgusting. My jaw is on the floor.
And look at the way he's backing up DOS 9. Sees some shots, ready for the peak. And there's, oh my god, there's an Armageddon on top of him. He's just like, I'm just gonna stick this.
He's on his feet again.
Why not? He's earned it. Good god.
This is what Busio sees in his head every time he stands up out of the chair.
इसको लपेटे में लेने का है
Fame is pushing forward. I mean, these lurks, they just don't even give him any type of opportunity to get something started. This is a chokehold on a map that we very rarely see.
मेरी टीम को मार दिया फिर से
No credence given to the thought that maybe he pushed further forward.
He's only done it most of the time that he's had it up. When he's pushed that far up, he's tried to press the advantage. He did it over on B a few rounds ago. They just don't seemingly have the coordination right now, the memory
अपनी नाक मत कटाओ
for the tendencies of
You have
Boom.
given you 100%.
Granted, this is a
परसों जैसी
you haven't
हमारे
seen this
लोग
look from Boom on this
एक
map.
मैप में मार दो
They've
एक ही
been
मैप मारो
playing, you know, the old
तुमला हारो चलता एक मैप
meta
में उस
comp on this
बसर
map
को
for
रगड़ दो
forever,
प्लीज
and now they changed it, and it's
रगड़
a
दो
very different style. It's a very different flavor. Rolling Thunder
मैं जितना खुश कोई भी ना होता
in towards the
One.
site. Oh,
रगड़ दो
okay. Poppy's fine.
Only Shiro. Stun at the
30
ready.
seconds left.
But
Spike planted.
waits for it. Stuns exchanged. Firm handshakes. As things do get slowed up, these 3 players here from Global to try to get a second round win. Kelly S delivering on 2. The DOS 9 Berserks. The players still alive and they will not falter. Damn near perfection, 11-1, Boom, showing up to play, reading Global Esports so far like a book.
It's just tremendous how well prepared this Boom team is week to week. I mean, this is such a scary team with prep. You gotta give a ton of credit to Six Fingers and Fields with what they're doing with this team. Just positionally, you know, obviously the players as well. Doing a great job of executing these game plans, being extremely patient, making great decisions in the heat of the moment. And that's really what's getting them over the line. Like every time in the back of my head, I'm thinking, oh, you don't want to challenge that. Oh, you should challenge that. They're doing it. It's like they know what their opponents are going to do before they do, and they're just shutting them down. You can't speak highly enough of this Boom Esports team. And, you know, last week, yeah, it was the DOS 9 show. Now you've got the Berserk show here on Lotus. There's tons of talent on Boom Esports. Yeah, and some of these players have played at bigger stages. And then they were able to battle their way through, get into Ascension. Yeah, they didn't win it, but they still got here. They're making the most of it.
I mean, there's been some moments, some very close ones, but it's few and far in between. At Boom right now, it's looking so damn good.
Look at that drawing, dude, on the right.
Yeah, it's nice.
Woo.
Came prepared.
No kidding.
As did Boom. The whatever prep work they did, whatever the diet is, film a video, put it on TikTok, and everyone's going to go crazy over it.
Correct.
Find some expensive, overpriced, stupid Indonesian water, and then the sales are going to go through the roof.
Oh no. You've been slamming your face into some cold water. And, yeah. Good job. Way to buy into the latest fad that doesn't really do anything for you. Yeah, surprising. If you have a shocking temperature change, you're going to be more alert.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Now on the attack, looking to make this about as false as it could be. Poppy having some other ideas, but not quite able to confirm that follow-up kill now. DOS9 and Shiro answer back. Sheriff out wide here from Berserks, finds the first, puts Yodotan down so damn low that DOS9 confirms the alley-oop. Patrick with everything to do. Everyone, HP bars on Boom, shattered. Just need to not face him one by one. Salvos sent, they're lining up, but it does not matter, they're a little bit faster. A 3K from the IGL. And suddenly, Boom, are up to map point.
Well, you know G is gonna force. You don't even really have to think about it. The real question is what does Boom want to bring? They're gonna go Outlaw, Judge, Double Bulldog, and a Stinger. Because why not? I mean, the Outlaw in particular is so scary for GE. Not that, it matters much. But again, now for GE, it's like, okay.
Well, last-ditch timeout. You have to suspect for Global's camp, this is less about this map. This is more about just moving on, getting ready for that follow-up map of Haven.
Yep, exactly. This is exactly the point I was going to lead into. You see this all the time with teams. You get blown out in one map. Usually you can recover even if you don't do too well at the end.
And Global has shown that.
Yes.
Think about that Abyss that we saw from them in stage 1.
Right.
It was like a 13
Field velocity.
that effect. It's like, okay, this series is going to be cooked. They were able to bounce back.
Yeah.
So could end up being a similar case. Global, they showed how talented the team can be, even without Patrick in the roster. Now he's here. They had a really good start to stage 1. We know that this is not their ceiling.
Absolutely not.
But right now, they are in the basement.
Yeah, look, you just got outread, outplayed, out everything. It happens. And look, it happened to T1 at Masters, right? Like against EDG on Split. Then they had a couple rounds, they bounced back, they got some momentum, Sylvan gets an ace, and all of a sudden,
They got a halfway decent map.
Yeah. That's what you're looking for. Oh, no. Oh, he's going to get...
Okay, Gate Crash is out towards the spawn. Looking to create some pressure here, split the attention. Famous trying to open with the relay bolt, the push under the corner. Dawes not able to find one. Berserks finds the other. Poppy going to be taking down Crystal here on the site. Does manage to find Famous there with the headshot.
It's brilliant.
But it's just, they got layers.
Bait and switch. It's bait and switch. Famous opens the door, creates attention, and then they're just paranoia and through the door on Mound. Goodness.
Two players lingering here within the smoke. Crystal gonna try to surprise them, catch them off guard. Flash through. Once he decides to swing, the answer's right now and is immediately met with death.
Anti guys, anti well played.
Here for a good time, not a long time, as Boom Esports as the spike gets planted. And Yodotan, a smile on his face. He knows that this is screwed. He knows that this is over.
As Minnie famously said, there's nothing you can do but just laugh and move on, you know.
Anti guys.
It's cooked.
Well, swing the corner, finding the first, runs out of bullets, and NC Slasher will put him
Anti
down and
guys.
send Global Esports out the pasture.
भाई मैं बोल रहा हूँ
13-1. What a showing here from Boom. Looking alive and well, taking down Global on their map pick, and now we set our sights on Haven to see if Global are going to be able to have that bounce back that they so desperately need.
It is quite surprising the way today has shaped up. Definitely wasn't expecting this, these kind of map blowouts.
Oh, you tell me 4 SEA teams are playing today. I'm like, okay.
Let's go.
Let's scrap.
Strap in.
Let's go into some overtimes.
Yeah.
And we have been about as far from OTs as we could possibly get.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're on pace to have the fastest day ever in Pacific.
We'd be cutting it very, very close. It's not even 8 p.m. over here at the moment in South Korea. As
next match.
Boom, I don't know. Maybe they got some nice dinner reservations here tonight. They need to get out of here in a timely fashion, whatever it may be. That was a hell of a performance from them.
There's very little to fault, obviously. Again, they have a good game plan against their opponents. I mean, you could see why they favor defensive side.
भाई कल से कुछ गलत ना गलत हो जा रहा है पहले सीएसके हार गई, एसआरएच हार गई, आज ये यार किस्मत नहीं है यार, अप्रैल महीना किस्मत नहीं देता है। अप्रैल shit month yo, shit month. Let's watch some memes. T1 by memes. अपनी इतनी हैसियत भी नहीं, अपनी खुद की डिस्कॉर्ड चैनल हो।
In the Punjab.
आहा की बोंड मार ली साडी। हाँ जी।
नेक्स्ट शॉट देखो क्या होने वाला है, क्लाइमैक्स की तैयारी कर।
धोनी भाई के सामने झुक के रहना पड़ेगा, झुक के। आखिरी 2 बॉल में भी 2 बॉल में 12 रन भी मार सकते हैं धोनी भाई, नीचे सिस्टम के धोनी भाई के, ठीक है। डोंट जज बाय बुक कवर। अरे धोनी भाई मार दे तेरे भाई कुछ भी। मेरा बैगन जीतती आरसीबी इस बार। मैं ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट टू कोहली भाई, पर कोहली भाई आरसीबी छोड़ो, आरसीबी नहीं जीतती भाई। आरसीबी की जिंदगी में लन लिखा हुआ है, मेरे को याद है अभी भी 2016 की मैच आखिरी तो मैं 152 पे आउट हुए, हाँ वहाँ से ना जीत नहीं पाए। बैगन जीतते ऐसा, मैं बोर नहीं जीत पाते ना। व्हाट इज इट ब्रो, क्या चीज है भाई? Yes, who is this? Looks like a fan, yo. Hello? Hello? Yes? ना, मुझे नहीं मालूम। देख के बोलते, 10-15 मिनट में बोलते हैं। क्या करे, कभी भी फोन कर देते, नंबर रहता है ना फैंस के पास।
जिंदा रहे गोटा रहे जिंदा रहे फिर जिंदा रहे गोटा रहे, जीरो डेथ्स बेबी, जीरो। जिंदा रहे गोटा रहे जिंदा रहे फिर जिंदा रहे गोटा रहे, जीरो डेथ्स बेबी, जीरो डेथ्स।
अरे सुधरो रे अभी तो।
जिंदा रहे।
But the teacher was horrible, like nightmare. Like she did everything horribly in the class, making us feel so terrible. Like আমরা অনেক ভয় পেয়েছি, অনেক chaotic, আমাদেরকে distracted করেছে অনেকবার। Accounting second paper.
Abuelo, Dimas Lugo.
Chada.
So when the devil wants to dance with you, you better say never, because a dance with the devil might last you forever.
लहंगा में लेविटियन सारी में ओरफिश, जेल में वेल।
he done it again as MS Dhoni has.
नहीं मालूम भाई ये लॉकडाउन के उसको घर जाएगा नीचे आरसीबी सीएसके से नीचे
We've got firepower. We've got firepower all the way through. Just because we don't swing from ball one and have a little bit of luck go our way, we'll see at the end.
Yes.
We'll see at the end who wins it. It's a positive brand of cricket, no doubt about it. But don't discount.
We'll see at the end. RCB holding the cup, lollipop. Then CSK will be holding the cup, IPL cup. RCB holding the lollipop.
Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day and saying to yourself, it's not over until I win.
First match.
I mean, I hope so. I spoke about this before, and I think a 13-1, that kind of scoreline is sort of the easiest to reset from, even though it might not necessarily seem like it. It's very easy to just kind of sweep that away and go, okay, we weren't even playing that game. We'll move on. If you lose in a very close overtime, it kind of plays on your mind more, because you're like, oh, I could have won.
जीतेगी ना जीतेगी बूम बम मारते चल जा रहे भाईगन के बाला
वो चौपड़ में गया था ना
अमित
अमित ये कौन है अमित
मेरा एक दोस्त है इसका नाम भी अमित
जूनियर है जूनियर
ओ
रेडी रखेंगे हम लिखेंगे
अमित
बोलो भाई
अमित
कीड़ा मूव्स
हां बंदे के
अमित
अमृतसर
वो तो हो गई है
क्या रे वीक बन गया
है क्या
अमित देखो मेरी जेब में बकार्डी की बोतल है अमित
एक तो रुक जाओ चीटी इंटरोगेशन बनना
ना मान रहे
मैं तो ना सहता खाटू भाई
راسي اخذ لي الجواد حبيت راسي راسي اخذ لي الجواد حبيت راسي
काट बट के चार हो गई
क्या बंदी क्रैक बंदी
ना भाई वो सब ठीक है बॉडी काउंट कैसे बढ़ाए उसका वीडियो बनाओ ठीक है भाई
My favorite expression in English is the one that says never bite the hand of the one that fingers you, something like that.
ठीक है भाई
माँ का भोसला एक कौन जानवर घुस गया मेरे खेत में कहाँ गए मेरे कुत्ते जो अभी इधर थे मादर चोट तुझे दिख नहीं रहा कि कोई अपने खेत में जानवर घुस गया है बस तू कुतियों के गांड के पीछे पीछे घूमता रहता है जिस दिन तुम दोनों के एक साथ देख लूंगा उस दिन तुम दोनों की गांड मान लूंगा
बेटा पर्चा लेना हाँ बोलो
5 पैकेट दूध 5 पैकेट पार्ले बिस्किट 5 पेंसिल नटराज की 5 रबड़ नटराज का
5 रबड़ नटराज
भैरव साहब लेटेंगे बैठे
जी
लिखिए 5 पैकेट दूध लिख लिया
हाँ
आधा किलो मक्खन 5 सिटिल कॉक
5
बैडमिंटन 5 हॉकी
बेटा आराम से बोलो कंप्यूटर नहीं है पे लिख रहा हूँ मैं आराम से बोलो
क्या हो गया तुमको? आराम से बोलो।
चलिए बहुत ढेर सा सामान है ना।
अरे ढेर बोल, ठीक है आराम से बोलो बेटा। हाँ अब बोलो क्या बोल रहे?
5 मैंगो टॉफी,
5 मैंगो टॉफी,
5 पल्स,
ये सब सामान
5 पल्स टॉफी जो
बेटा
आपके
ऐसा है,
चाहिए।
बड़ा बड़ा सामान पहले लिखा दो सब तो।
अच्छा छोटा उसके
मतलब
अंदर
का
डाल
सामान-
दीजिएगा।
अपने मतलब का सामान पहले बोल रहे हो बेटा।
जी।
और चला को।
माजा 5 सीजी,
हाँ माजा 5,
रूह अफ़ज़े की बोतल 5।
रूह अफ़ज़े की 5।
बहनों साहब रेटिंग बैठे
क्या
लिखिए।
हाँ बोलो।
सब रेटिंग बैठे
क्या और चला को।
माजा 5 सीजी,
हाँ माजा 5,
रूह अफ़ज़े की बोतल 5।
रूह अफ़ज़े की 5।
बहनों साहब रेटिंग बैठे
क्या
लिखिए।
हाँ बोलो।
लंबी वाली ब्रेड है, लिख लो।
क्या लिखिए?
जो बोला है
लिख लिया बेटा।
बेडनोवेट 5 सीसी, नोमार्क 5 सीसी, डिस्प्रिन कैप्सूल 5 सीसी, टाइगर बाम 5 पत्ता, आइडेक्स 5 पत्ता, बाइंडेज 5 पत्ता, उजाला 5 पत्ता, अंधेरा 5 पत्ता। बहनों साहब रेटिंग बैठे।
अबे भोसड़ी के तो चूतिया का, तुझको मैं मना कर रहा हूँ कि मैं आराम से बोल, और ये तो घड़ी घड़ी बीच बीच में ये क्या कहता है बे? बहनोई साहब लेटे हैं कि बैठे हैं? हाँ? पागल भोसड़ी के नहीं तो अभी से ना बात करने की। ये बेटा पर्चा लेना। हाँ बोलो।
5 पैकेट दूध,
5 पैकेट दूध,
आइडेक्स 5 पत्ता, बाइंडेज 5 पत्ता, उजाला 5 पत्ता, अंधेरा 5 पत्ता। बहनों साहब रेटिंग बैठे।
अबे भोसड़ी के तो चूतिया का, तुझको मैं मना कर रहा हूँ कि मैं आराम से बोल, और ये तो घड़ी घड़ी बीच बीच में ये क्या कहता है बे? बहनोई साहब लेटे हैं कि बैठे हैं? हाँ? पागल भोसड़ी के नहीं तो तमीज से ना बात करने की।
सब बैठे हैं लेट।
Let's send it back to our casters, Achilleos and Paperthin.
Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and get ready to get for a moment. Stun does connect, but so does a ton of damage. Is Famous just closing the gap, slides forward, collects that kill. Tripwire immediately going to be canceled out. Another shock dart still at the ready here from Sheer.
Just a little bit of a timing thing for Kellyas. If he's still holding that garage door, he might get a one and done and get out of there. But instead, he pays the price. And then they push past. I love the post-plant positioning that they take. They know Shiro's out there by himself because they saw how many players were storming out of garage. Oh well.
My eyes are down.
They fought nicely, but so far Boom's just been the better
betting
team today.
Camera spawning out. At least the one there, garage.
These trips.
Yeah, shots heard as well. Just wanted to stop them being able to take any kind of deep control on that B side should they decide to push into it. NC Slasher swing the corner, spots out multiple fault line. We'll go ahead and shove them back. That B site now likely looking like the best option for in Global's eyes. One of the shocks, one of the trips rather going to be cleared out. Shock dart there towards their feet, but damage not yet found. Push for Dawson 9 on the crunch. On the flying one, Paranoia goes across. Yotan in the corner gets the shield out, but eventually will just be chipped away at. Single elimination going to be found, not a flawless here, but they're close. Boom Esports, a very solid anti-eco.
It's just great play. I mean, the utility is so on point. You know, NC Slasher gets pressured, uses a fault line. GE can't push into it. Because if they do, they're probably just going to lose minimum 3 players to that Bulldog. That goes right into the Cypher setups. Like you said, they don't want to allow them to push back sites so they can set up these crossfires at the doors. And they do. They execute it nearly perfectly. Able to carry over 2 Bulldogs. Stinger. It's going to be a Sheriff for Shiro. He's doing a little bit of spam action. Famous hiding behind the wall with him. Looking for any contact, but none going to be found. Boom. Exploring the other side of the map. Sending up the smoke on C. NC Slasher waiting with utility. Is this all just a play to grab an orb, or are we truly going to make an attempt? I doubt it off that orb contact. Maybe wait just a little bit longer, but here we go. Teleport set up.
Recon at the ready. Cleared out. Triple push up. He crash around the back. The swing getting ready to come through, but Patrick Hook in a little bit deeper than they might have.
Nice one, Ray.
is able to exit out. DOS9 at the same time, going to be taken down over that A connector. Solid spacing, opening up the spike, however, being brought around the corner, and Famous intercepting, but cannot confirm the kill on the Crystal. Takes him to 21. Now just Shiro and NC Slasher left standing. Spike still being brought forward. Poppy here at window. Swings out. Is able to find it right through the corner of the wall. Shiro with everything to do. Just a Spectre. Gets the instant headshot. Pushes forward. Dart connecting. Knows the Crystal's going to be low. Does find it. Makes it a bit more costly. As Global once again able to find a win here in the anti-bonus. Needing to find follow-up.
This is really nicely played off the rip by Global. This slow push-up. Not seeing any contact, kind of anticipating that there might be a player hidden behind the box, allows Patrick Hu to swing out wide to dodge that fault line, making it a really tricky position for Boom to be in. They're able to go the other way, using that ISO util to find a pick onto the B site, open up some extra space. Still though, 3 guns dropped is costly. May have enough for another buy. Boom, it's loose with the dart. A little bit of information found, but GE just storming their way through. Not much ambiguity about what's going on here.
They do have the ult available here, the kill contract online. Fault line to slow the approach. Flash over the top. As there's the kill contract, gets a grab. Shiro pulled in, take it down. Reset on the shield, going to be found here. NC Slasher just drifting across, gets tucked into the corner. Neon at the ready to slide forward. NC Slasher finding one. Patrick Hu going to be taken down by Poppy. Back in a big way. Finds 2, keeps it contentious. This is going to be blow for blow. Berserk's Kelly S both so close in HP. The regen shield giving him a little bit more oomph, but gonna come down to reaction. But onus is on Kelly S here for the moment. The cam toggle gets the spot out, taps it, just trying to bait him. But Berserk's not falling for it, nearly finds the timing and takes him down to 2.
30 seconds left.
Realizes now that he is going to be sticking it, his options a bit more limited. Does get the opportunity to slide out. Watching that held position. The swing on the corner. Has the advantage, just holding it down. Global. They tie things up at 2-2. Once again, narrow margins in the round, but do manage to knock down the economy.
Just shows you how impactful that kill contract can be. Again, setting up for these bait and switches. This time it's Famous who's going to lead the way for NC Slasher, who's tucked into the corner. Berserks, you just almost feel like he's good for it. Now it's Kelly's turn to stand up a little bit. He's seen enough. Wants to let him know, hey, we're still in this. An eco for Boom. Shotgun, Guardian, a couple Sheriffs, a Stinger. So a smattering of different weapons to try to work with. It's going to be Crystal going for the Outlaw up against this eco. A couple ults in play for both sides. Both Hunter's Furies are there. See Slasher just chilling by the door, but this is again another C push. Similar kind of idea. No TP. Well, the TP is all the way back in spawn. Gotta be careful with that spike. Nobody's there. Most of the players tucked towards the B angle.
We'd love to have the Neon here on a closer angle for the moment, but Famous just quite in position.
He's trying to wait out the drone, but
if he could work his way in behind the boxes here on the C site, be in a decent position. Same time though, Neural Theft is about to tell all. Hunter's Fury opened up. Shiro trying to find anything, does get a minor tag there onto Yudotan as NC Slasher, but they could be caught with some util in hand, but Elias has to pull off the angle, still does an immense amount of damage. Shield broken, Famous swings the corner, Yudotan going to be taken outside the cross, finds Patrick Hu, Poppy finally able to fall, fell with his Neon.
3v2,
puts him on the floor, some solid damage dealt. They're planting right here in front. Shock Dart not going to connect there on a Crystal. Drone over the top, should have confirmed this one for him. Poppy tucked back behind the box at the ready here with the teleport. The smoke, however, dissipating. Push out of the smoke. Shiro taps 190-degree pivot, finds Poppy. Chulo finishes him off. Is the defuse now? Widely being stuck. No, retaps it. The push in. Kelly S will be able to find DOS9, but Shiro with 3.
तुम लोग बोलो क्या हुआ रिजल्ट, ठीक है? उन लोग जाके आते। थैंक यू फॉर ट्यूनिंग इन। सॉरी गाइस यार, कमिटमेंट्स यार, फ्रेंड्स भी अपने देखना पड़ता है कभी कभी। फ्रेंड्स आर मोर इम्पोर्टेंट, स्ट्रीम्स भी है इम्पोर्टेंट, वो भी है, ठीक है? टेक केयर। जीत जाती रे लौड़ा, नहीं जीती मेरे गाली दो कल आके। अपन सेन वर्सेस वो भी करेंगे, सेन और कुछ तो ये मैच, उसका भी करेंगे वॉच पार्टी सैटरडे, ठीक है? थैंक यू। तब तक ध्यान रखो, ख्याल रखो। देवा